Lads, lettuce, and lassies, welcome back to more Dr. Stone. My name is Josh, and last episode, Senku died. But then he came back because he had a spare life. He had the Mario extra heart because he wasn't completely depetrified. He had one little piece of rock right on his neck. And with that, they were able to potentially... We didn't actually see the present day, but come on, there's no way. It's not going to work, right? So they were able to depetrify it with the little bit of revival potion that they have, and their theory is that it's going to heal his neck because Tsukasa just completely destroyed it. And we saw his origins of how he woke up, which was a little bit weird because he woke up... It seemed like he woke up out of free will. He's like, come on, buddy, let's do this. Let's get up. It's been this many years. It's the perfect time to get up. Let's do it. It seemed like that's what happened. It could also be, because I was thinking, like, how did this happen? It could be, like, one of his theories is, like, the stone is just naturally aged, and the depetrification, or the revival potion that they have, it reawakens the cells, and if you're not conscious, it'll take a little bit longer for that to happen. But since Senku was just conscious the whole time, it might have been easier if the stone was already naturally weakened for him to break out. And then same with Taiju. Taiju was helped with the fact that he was being hit with the bat guano, I think, and then that's how he was able to get out. But he was also conscious. So if the bat guano was just like leaking on him and he was unconscious, maybe nothing would have happened. So maybe it's the fact that they were conscious, they were able to break out, but Tsukasa, he could have been like semi-conscious, and it took a little bit for him, but he was pretty fast. Yuzumiha took the longest that we've seen so far to depetrify. I don't know, there's a lot of factors that could have gone into it. Maybe they'll explain in this episode, maybe that's as much as you get as an explanation. There's only one way to find out. So let's see if Senku's... Let's see if he survived, alright? Let's get this cliffhanger over with, lads. Monkeys! Staying in the flashbacks, huh?
I don't think I can keep hitting ignore on my exhaustion for too much longer.
No, they're supposed to...
Damn! I had no idea it was this hard to keep just one person alive. I've got a hunch about this one. It's close to where I broke free, so it's highly probable that we drifted from approximately the same location. These crazy strong hands are just what I need.
Okay, so they've always been together in the sense of
Although I do get a little sick of
de-stoning.
looking at his stupid face. What'll it take to get you to wake up like I did? Maybe the bigger question is what exactly was it that turned all of humanity to stone 3,700 years ago?
Yeah, what was that?
Hypothesis number 1. Petri!
Honestly, this might be one of the most realistic ones.
Number 2. It got us as well! Hypothesis number 3.
Yeah, I don't think it's that one.
We're the Petricoccus virus!
The Petricoccus?
Swallows are vulnerable to our power! Get excited!
No way, it's not a virus. Somehow, I think the aliens are the most...
Is whatever caused this targeted humans and swallows specifically.
It's not the virus.
Seems like fantasy.
I don't think
In
it's
reality,
aliens.
There's an underlying rule.
So it's probably the
which means I
military
can
one.
solve it.
Or a rogue scientist.
Discovering these hidden rules is what science is all about. It's the other way around. The surface was deteriorated and couldn't revert to the living cells. It became a stone husk. The parts of the surface that were less petrified turned back to cells. That's why that reconstructed shell has holes in it.
Huh.
There's gotta be something in there.
So, it simply was just the bat stuff. And there's a stream of it going. And it's because he's already freed, probably. So that's why it broke out. But since he's still unconscious... Or he's not unconscious, but since he's still a stone, it's harder for it to break through. That's why you need the
Nitric
wine.
acid only work on me. Think.
Or maybe there
Just
was.
need a working
Maybe he was like
hypothesis.
next to a grape
Come on,
tree.
Senku. Think. I remained conscious.
But Taiju's also
Human brain
allegedly
burns through
thinking,
400
right?
calories a day. E equals mc squared. Energy and mass have equivalent exchange. Old man
That's a
Einstein
great
expressed a
picture of
basic scientific
Einstein.
truth with that equation. Keep trying everything I can
So
possibly
all these
think
birds
of,
are from his experiments.
and then try some more. Never forget. But the foundation
It's blood?
rock solid.
That's what that is? Oh my god, I didn't know that the coloring was blood.
Taiju! I'll wait for you however long it takes! Because I can't do this without you! So please come back,
Oh,
Taiju!
that's good.
Please come back! Please, Senku!
The lightning struck Senku, restarting his heart. The soundtrack of this show is actually really good.
The storm. It's over.
It's over because
That
Senku
thunderstorm
has
was providing
awoken.
some serious cover for us.
Senku, you're alive! Senku's alive? Did I hear that right?
I believe that kind of thinking should snag you 10 billion points.
Mid-credit. What? That's where the opening starts?
There's a bunch of stars, too! Yeah, no, I'm not seeing it.
It's a science flag, and I think it's perfect for you, Senku. It can even help your neck.
Great idea!
And now you have a splint. See?
How
10
cute.
billion% sure I don't need this.
Depetrification. It's a lifesaver in a time without doctors. It's Dr. Stone.
Roll credits.
It's an extremely beneficial scientific phenomenon.
So was it done for
I've been
medicine
wondering
then?
this whole time.
Maybe if we piece these statues back together and pour the
We've
revival
already
fluid on
tried
them,
that.
they'll come back whole again.
I think.
I tried that fairly early
Yeah.
on, but you're our super skilled crafts club member.
You're gonna like
This is
glue
gonna
it.
be a grueling mission. You up for it?
Like I had a theory, I think, like meld them together again, right?
That really sounds like an extremely grueling mission, but I'll do it.
But what is it?
Well, that was an easy sell.
We're gonna learn this episode, or is it gonna be like episodes later?
I was saying that maybe you and I should go meet up with Tsukasa.
Well, there's an idea. Go see Tsukasa, eh?
Say what? Are you crazy? You mean the same homicidal maniac that killed Senku?
I mean, Senku's alive, and Tsukasa used to be a good dude, but still, we all thought he had killed Senku.
Gonna break her
and
neck.
Probably thinks he did.
With a blockhead like you, the less you know, the better.
I got it, Senku. Loud and clear.
I love the trust that he
Tsukasa's
has with
planning
them.
on using the miracle fluids in order to bring down his empire and stop the so-called purification, which is really just mass murder. We'll create our own
God.
rebel army, using science as our primary weapon.
Of course, he's got the
How are you gonna pull
mecha.
that off, Senku? You'll be alone.
She's right. If we're both gone, and Tsukasa's got control of the miracle water,
With the person with the
we can make
smoke.
gunpowder.
I'm going to find whoever sent up those smoke signals.
Oh, are we splitting the
Ask them
band
to
up
join our
already?
side. Better get going before we start to cry.
Can't believe they're splitting the party already. Crushes his spine. Senku! The simple nod. Come on, give it to him. Yeah!
But no matter how long it takes, we will build our kingdom of science.
Oh! That was good, man. I love this show so much. Is it the guy from the intro? No. Oh, it's the blonde girl.
Or did she come from somewhere else?
Yeah, he doesn't know about the other smoke signals. Yeah, she's ready to kill him. Maybe she saw and she's not trusted. I mean, fair enough. It's like, maybe she's just scared of the new person too. Who knows how many people she's actually seen?
If she'd been in the martial arts community, I would have heard of her. Who is she?
I saw everything you did.
Okay, yeah, she did see.
Took that girl hostage. Beg forgiveness from the sorcerer gentleman until
The
your
sorcerer
evil soul
gentleman?
fades away.
The mysterious black powder that summoned forth the mighty mountain's rage.
The mountain?
Oh boy, it's
Does she mean the explosion?
so.
Ah, so you aren't one of the revived, but maybe a child of someone who was? Is that it?
Huh.
Perhaps. What generation are you? I could easily rule over them. Or just kill them if I choose to.
Interesting.
There's no reason to attack at this
So there's
point.
been revived. Oh,
So
the
my
world's
immediate
opening up a
is to
lot.
return to that cave. This is goodbye.
Bonk. Jeez, never mind. But he didn't kill her. I mean, the tree's probably gonna. The tree definitely did it. They're really close. Yeah, no, that
It's you.
she's done.
You gotta tell me right now!
Senku? Tsukasa?
Yeah, my bones and organs are fine. I can hold on.
So he knows about organs. Well, I guess primitive tribes could know about organs too. I really like this outro.
This is an all-star team of Professor Senku's greatest inventions working together.
Wonder what he's. Okay, yeah, I'll leave.
What in the world?
How interesting!
Not science.
I love how smart he is. Girl, go, move, get out. Anytime now, just move. You know, whenever you like. And with that, that was episode 6, another banger of an episode. And we met the person that was watching them. So Kohaku is going to be a new cast. Do you want to start talking about the new cast, or should I talk about the old cast? I'm so sad that we're splitting the party. I really do like the chemistry between the three of them together, of Senku, Taiju, and Yuzumiha. I don't want to see them split up. It makes a little bit of sense in order to like have people close to Tsukasa, make sure they keep an eye on him, potentially kill him. I don't think that's where they're going to go with that, because I don't think that any of them have it in themselves to do that. So just having them in there to keep an eye on him, it makes sense. It just sucks that the party has to be split so early. It's 6 episodes in. 6 episodes in, we're splitting the party. The world is opening up. There's potentially like children of people that have been revived. So like, Senku's not the only person alive. Of course, he's not the first person alive to be revived, but they've been around for at least a while in order to have children of children of Kohaku's age. I'm really interested to see how the world's going to expand, because she seems to not know anything about like gunpowder. Like she called him the Black Sorcerer, the Black Magician. She doesn't really know what they're talking about, so she can't be from the generation of stone. Like, I mean, she could be a baby, I guess. But then again, it's like she could either be like a baby, or she was like a really small child that unpetrified and she has no idea what she's talking about. But she's yeah, she has to be from a tribe, because she's speaking. I was going to say she's speaking English. Technically, she's speaking Japanese. She's speaking language that Senku can understand. So someone had to teach her that. So they have to be from a tribe that has been depetrified, and then they taught her enough. They probably were like, you know, we're not smart enough to create the cell phone. We don't know how to make guns. So we'll just teach them how to survive for now, and then maybe we'll get into that later. I don't know how they would have. You know, it's their parenting style. So, child of the revived, potentially. We don't know yet. We don't know yet. I like her. She can fight. She's good at fighting. Like, whoever taught her how to fight, they taught her how to. They taught her how to take care of herself. Sadly, she's up against Tsukasa. Just, yeah, this is goodbye. He really don't care, and he's beginning to do what he was afraid of other people doing. Like there's a tribe of people, and he's like, oh, I can conquer them pretty easily probably. So he's already beginning his spiral of becoming his own worst enemy. It'll be interesting to see if he ever realizes that, or if he knows about his hypocrisy. First of all, he's not even going to go conquer them. He's being strategic. He's being smart. He's going to go make a monopoly on the cave. It's just when he gets that miracle fluid, how is he going to choose? I mean, he said he had his admirers, so we might know people like, oh, this guy can be good for my army. Like, he obviously isn't a friend. He's not like, I need to go revive my best friend, and so obviously he's not like that. So maybe he knows some people are like, this guy will be good for my world, and he has like an idea, a rough idea. Senku's revival brought forth the question of who, or not, yeah, it brought forward the question of who did it and why, because of the vast medical implications that the Stone Age has. And I kind of thought, oh, mad scientist, but I didn't think of, what if it's a medical thing? Like Mr. Freeze froze his wife in cryostasis because they didn't have the technology to heal her of her illness, and he tried to heal her of her illness while she was frozen. Similar idea, but the petrification is what's supposed to heal from the illness. It's not to like, oh, you have cancer, it's terminal, okay, we're gonna petrify you, and we'll bring you back when we have the medicine to heal you. It seems that this is what's supposed to heal the body, and it probably just went very, like I was saying in the first episode, I think I was saying this, it was like some form of science team, whether for a weapon or something like that, they were testing it out, went horribly wrong, and got the whole world. Maybe it was something like that. It doesn't even have to be a team. It could have been a single person, like Mr. Freeze himself. Tsukasa has a very similar backstory. I think it's his sister that he was talking about, who got really sick. She wanted to feel like Ariel from The Little Mermaid. He tried to get her seashells. He got beaten by a terrible man, and it's a very similar situation to that, and she was never able to feel that way because she was dying, and she couldn't do the stuff that he wanted to do, or that she wanted to do. Literally put anyone in that situation, and they would, if they were smart enough, they might attempt to try and petrify them to keep them alive until they were ready to heal them, or have the petrification be the healing process. If something goes wrong, they probably experimented, because of course you can't experiment on humans. Why didn't they experiment on mice is the question, but they definitely experimented on the birds, and that is probably why this very specific type of bird was frozen too, because it's not like every bird, it is this species of bird, so it's not every bird that ended up getting petrified. So they probably tested it out on that species of bird, and then they went to human trials. That's where it went wrong. But it could be a noble thing. That is the running theory as of right now. Could have been very noble. It just went really wrong. Suzumiha brought up, or Yuzumiha, I call her Suzumiha sometimes. Yuzumiha brought up the whole, what if we put them together again and depetrify them? And Senku reminded her, well, I tried that, they just became rotten flesh. It seemed like he was telling her something about depetrifying them, in the sense of like, oh, I'll tell you this because because you're the crafty one in the group, but don't tell Taiju about this because it's probably like, you know, we're kind of risking, we're risking bringing people back, or like bringing back just rotten flesh and all that. But it seems like it's something else, maybe? I'm not sure. I thought he was gonna like, maybe you can find a way to like meld them back together, stitch them back together. It'd be interesting to see, like, if they were to meld them back together and, like, then bring them back, what would that be like? Would it still be rotten flesh or not? Or once it's broken, is it too late to fix them? I guess we'll end up seeing what that is. We didn't learn what it was. Yuzumiha has a very secret mission. Taiju, once again, I love him because he's just like, all right, what are we doing? And Senku's like, you're gonna infiltrate Tsukasa. It's probably best you don't know most of the plan. And he's like, all right, I'm in. I just love the absolute trust he has with Senku. They're not similar names. They're not similar names, but when I'm talking about them, it's because they both start with S. I just keep blurting out the wrong one. But I just love the absolute trust that Taiju holds within Senku. And we found out that Senku is the reason why Taiju was able to get out. It wasn't some random act of, like, it wasn't some random act of nature of, like, he was, like, swept in with the tide or something. Like, there was a flood, he got swept into the cave. Senku, who still doesn't completely understand how he was able to get out. I guess it was because he was thinking. I guess that's the explanation that they used. It was because he was thinking, he was conscious, and he knew of all the people that would be thinking and be conscious still, it was probably going to be Taiju. So he brought Taiju into the cave himself. He figured out that it was probably the bat guano, and then, of course, later they perfected it with the wine. And I just love the parallel of them both yelling at each other, like, I know you're not done. You get up. There's still more fight in you. And that's why I'm so sad that we're splitting up the party, because I really like seeing them. It's been 6 episodes. I really like seeing them all together. I hope it's not a whole series or whole season kind of thing. Like, I hope it's not the whole season, but I really hope it's not the whole series, because, I mean, granted, that reunion is going to be epic, but I don't want to have them be apart for that long. Of course, now that the party is split, Senku has to get his new cast of people to spurt his science exposition about, so he can teach the audience how to make it's not a lever. I know what he's talking. It's like it's like gears, kind of, but not. It's like gears, but meant to hold weight. That was such an awesome way to get the tree off of her. It's such a great way to do it. You can turn a scrawny high schooler like me into Hercules. I just love that he does it, and I love that Kohaku also appreciates that. You stayed calm throughout the entire thing. You explained what you were doing. That's what I'm starting to like you. She gets it. She understands. So yeah, so Kohaku, obviously because she's in the intro, is just going to be part of Senku's new supporting cast, while Taiju and Yuzumiha are going to be part of potentially Tsukasa's supporting cast. Depends how fast they can get to. They were so much closer. Senku's like, oh, no, it's okay. He's in the opposite direction. All that. That's fine. Yeah. And then like he's walking, and then he's like 50 feet away from him. Or, not 50 feet. But he is within eye shot of him. It's just because the trees are there. Just, man, that was really close. That was almost an accidental encounter. That's too close for comfort, man. And well, I guess they're going the same way in the sense of Taiju and Yuzumiha are going to go to where they know Tsukasa will be, which will be the cave. And Tsukasa is taking a form of a detour, I guess, to get to the cave. They are going in different directions, I think. Just crazy how close they got to meeting each other again. Yeah, I guess we're going to meet Kohaku's village in the next episode for Senku to get his new supporting cast, for him to teach science to new people, and then maybe we find out what they are. Like, who are they? Where are they from? Like, are they just really small children that were revived, or are they children of other revived? And how did they get revived? Is it similar to how Senku got revived? I don't know. I'm really excited. I'm so interested in this show. I love it. This show's great. I love that the world is... It's only episode 6. The world is already expanding. Like, this is great. I can't wait to see more. And this is still in Japan. We don't know anything else about like any of the outside world. So yeah, I'm just want to go into the next one. So lads, if you cannot wait to see me go into the next one, Patreon is always the availability for early access. But if you're like, oh man, when is he going to do the next one? It's always going to be on Tuesdays. So hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, leave a comment down below. What do you think? What do you think about Dr. Stone? How do you like the first 6 episodes so far? Because I'm so hooked. I love the science aspect of it, even though I'm not really into science. The way that Senku talks about it with so much passion, makes me pay attention. And I love the characters. I love the chemistry between the whole cast. I love Tsukasa. It's a great villain. We'll see you next week for more, lads. I just want to see more of Dr. Stone, so yeah, I hope you went to enjoy this reaction. Goodbye.
Or a wise devout believer, heir to the king's throne, or the rebel leader, I could become them all forms can change. The water of life resides in us.